entrepreneurs, what makes them so interesting are two things. The first thing is that they're resourceful. We as entrepreneurs are extremely resourceful. In fact, the definition of entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity beyond resources controlled. That sounds really hard. What do I mean by beyond resources controlled? I mean that when we start our business, when we take that first step into entrepreneurship, we need more than we have. We sell ideas, right? We ask favors. We promise things that no one's ever delivered, that we don't know if we can deliver. We do it in the pursuit of opportunity for a profit, for a new life for our families, and also because it's a lot more fun than working in 9 to 5 sometimes, right? So that's the thing. The second thing that makes entrepreneurs so special is that we are amazing storytellers. So I found this Chinese proverb that says, "Tell me and I forget, show me, I remember, involve me, I understand." Entrepreneurs, by the nature of what we do, have to involve people. We need their money, usually, right? We need their help. We need their contacts. We need people. We need to involve them. I'm going to tell you a little story. This was mid-1800s in San Francisco. And a man by the last name of Marshall found gold in his yard right outside of the city in his own home. A couple news stations picked it up. Some people came in from America, started digging for gold. And another man by the name of Sam Brannan. Sam Brannan said, "Wait a minute here. There is opportunity." So Sam went around and he bought all of the shovels in the city. Bought stores out. He then bought some gold flakes, poured it in his hat, and stood at the top of Market Street in San Francisco, California. He had his hat with gold flakes and his bottle of water, and he yelled, "Gold! Gold from the American River." And he stood there long enough to let everyone take his picture and put it in every newspaper and magazine from here to New York to back to California. And people, for the next 4 or 5 years, hundreds of thousands of people from everywhere came into San Francisco and Northern California looking for gold. Some of them found gold, and some of them did not, but they all bought shovels. The most profitable person during the gold rush in the 1800s sold shovels. They did not find gold. My entrepreneurial journey started actually here in China. I graduated college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was your typical mother's worst nightmare. And I said, I've heard there's a lot of business happening in China. I'm going to just go. And so I flew into Shanghai right before the World Expo, and it blew me away. There were 6,000 construction sites. The city was booming and bustling. There were foreigners and the Chinese people, and everyone was just moving so quickly, and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And then I took a trip into Hangzhou. That's right, in 2009, before this was one of the tech epicenters of Asia. I was here, and I spent a week riding a bike around a lake. And I said, I'm going back for the World Expo. So I did. I flew back for the World Expo, and I was introduced to several more countries. And I realized, man, China has this ability to really draw people in and show them what opportunity could be. And it inspired me, actually, to not only start my own business, but to start my own business in something I could do globally. And that is when I started my hunt for my shovel. I wanted my gold rush. So I left the country. I traveled for For 6 months, I went everywhere, and I started doing odd jobs. I helped people in everywhere from Thailand to New Zealand, Australia, China, Malaysia, London, and I helped them with digital marketing and social media and PR, and I realized I found my shovel. I want to tell other people's stories. So, flash forward, we built a team. This was our team when we started our company. We were a bunch of misfit kids who wanted to go everywhere. We wanted to do digital marketing for people in the States and people overseas, and we wanted to put them together. We wanted to tell and let everyone know that people in Mexico should know people in Malaysia, should know people in Indonesia and China and Canada and so on. Since then, the past year actually, we've been in 13 different countries, speaking to entrepreneurs in all of them, and have Skyped into an additional 5. This was from an event in Dubai recently, just a month ago, and I was able to interview, speak with, and meet some of the world's top entrepreneurs. You have Ariana Huffington from Huffington Post, Malcolm Gladwell, a writer who wrote The Tipping Point. And it took us really only a few short years to get to this point, and how we did it was so simple. We took the digital tools that we knew how to use to find people we needed to know, and we called them or emailed them or contacted them and asked them if we could be there. Can we be at your event? Can we join your party? And when we didn't have resources to get there, we would become resourceful, and we would offer ourselves up as a resource to them for free in exchange for travel. And people would see us in other countries, and they would see us doing these amazing things with these big brands, and they thought, wow, those guys, they just work with everyone. They didn't realize that we were just showing up and being like, please don't make us leave. No, but we took really amazing pictures, and we were able to scale. And along the way, I was able to meet and speak with amazing entrepreneurs from tons of countries. And I want to tell their story just as much as I want to tell mine, because I think it's really important for everyone to understand that we all start in a situation as an entrepreneur where we don't have access, we don't have the resources, and that should never be something that stops you from moving the needle, from going to the next place. We have too many resources digitally in place. All we need is a little bit of confidence to get to the next step, to reach out and have a conversation. Jo Chun-fei, please forgive my pronunciation, is amazing. Who here knows who this is? Do you know who this is? You know? So Jo Chun-fei is the first ever, the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world. She's worth $9.2 billion. She's from China. And her company sells the glass that goes on top of iPhones and other smart devices. The gold rush for her was the smartphone technology. When smartphones came around, people wanted in, and Android wanted to compete, and Amazon, and all these people were competing. And she happened to be making the glass covers for watches. And someone said to her, Jo, do you think that you could do the glass covers for iPhones? And she said, yes. She didn't know she could. She just said yes. Flash forward, this high school dropout from central mainland China is now the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world for $9.2 billion. That's incredible.